Hey there, good looking. Join me for what is going to be a ton of fun power walk workout, finishing off with some core. Here's how the workout's going to play out. We have a low impact set to do. Grab a sip of water, and then we're going to use those same base moves that we learned in low impact power walk and move that into a powered up version so that we really stimulate bones and get those bones strong. Now, of course, if jumping isn't your thing, Mini-Me will be in the corner showing you that base move again so that you feel safe and you have a great workout. Once we cool down, we'll head down to the mat and do some of my favorite core exercises to train those deep ab muscles of yours. All right, let's go get started. All right, welcome to my power walk workouts. Find that march in the center of your mat. If you'd like to track your fitness, press start now on your watch. For reference, I use the walking mode. Chest is lifted, driving those knees up. Now for the power up low impact version, this first set here, we have 60 seconds of work. From there, our second circuit, we will power the moves up if you want to join me for 40-second rounds. Let's add those arms. Beautiful. Now remember that posture, right? Chest lifted, head up, ears over shoulders. Just follow the fancy yellow runners. However, most of you know me well. I'm not that dancey, so this is as coordinated as it's going to get. I may go off beat a bit. Oh my goodness, my apologies if I do. If you can stay on beat, bravo, I'll follow you. Go into a side tap. Beautiful. Tap it, reach it with the arms. Now squeeze those shoulder blades as they come back. Now, I don't have a lot of music on my workouts, walking workouts and some of my cool down workouts. The reason being is, I don't know what kind of music you like. Music is such a personal choice and it can really motivate or demotivate you. So instead of forcing down your throat what I like, I suggest you play and crank the tunes on your end. That'll get you moving. There are many of you though that just prefer no music. So this way, we respect everyone's choice. But you got to admit, with a walking workout, it's kind of fun to have the beat behind you. 10 more seconds here. Taking it center of the mat for kicking, single leg drills. 3, 2, 1. Find the single and chop it up opposite arm. Keep the kick slow, right? We're still kind of warming up. When we get to the powered version of this, we'll bring that kick a little higher. One arm reaches, and let's have the opposite arm do the reaching. Excellent. Great little balance drill here too, isn't it? Especially at this pace, right? You're really having to switch feet quickly. I'm getting a little warmer. How are you doing? Good job, you. Ten more seconds here, taking it to a squat because it's one of my workouts. I cannot not have you squat. One more each leg. Get those feet shoulder width or wider, squat it, drive to stand. Now when we squat, our knees are gonna track with the second toe. Our chest is lifted and we're looking up. So if you had a logo on your shirt, I should be able to see that logo. We're pushing the seat rear and hinging through the hips like we're seeking out a chair. Beautiful. Now the final cue I'm gonna give you is pretend you're on a piece of newspaper and you're trying to split that newspaper. That'll fire up the outer hip muscles, helping those knees track. Beautiful. Now you take it at a depth that feels comfortable for you. You can also take it slower too. This is a pretty quick pace for a squat. Listen, you showed up. I'm just here to lead the way. This is your workout. I want you to find your intensity. 2 more. Last one. Come to the end of the mat, behind the mat. Step, knee. Step, knee. Beautiful. So as I drive the knee up, the opposite arm comes up. Perhaps you're already seeing how we're gonna power up some of these moves when we get to that second block. Yes, nice big step forward, nice big step back. Beautiful. One foot's on the ground, other knee drives, get that balance. And you know what's beautiful when we're training balance is we also get core involved. So we're hitting your abs even before we head to the mat at the end for my core exercises. All right, now I want you to step forward and back, same leg. This leg, same forward. That's all you're doing. Forward and back, same leg. Now add a little bit of squat. Beautiful. You can even make it into a little V step if you want. Little V, for those of you that used to do 80s, 90s aerobics. Yep. Our next minute, we'll lead with the other leg. I don't want you to be off balance here. So it's a total of 8 moves. Just a heads up. Then we'll grab some water and power this sucker up. 2 more. Last one. Now tap, lead this side. How'd you do? There we go. Now add that little squat. Yes. Are you moving those arms? Good. Just asking. I'm a little bossy that way. If you're new to me, haha, you're in for a treat. 2 more moves and then we get water, okay? Step, step. Same like this side. Excellent. Now the powered up version of this one is so good for the bone, in particular the femoral neck. Can't wait to share it with you. Two more. One more. Take it wide and march. Good, keep it wide. Chest lifted. Arms moving. 60 seconds here, then we grab some water. Now our power moves that are coming up will be around 40 seconds. By all means, you can go for the full 60 seconds if you're intermediate or advanced. Now I'm gonna encourage everyone to try, even if it's a smaller version, a shorter jump, a littler hop than what I do, just because as I mentioned, it's that impact that's good for the bones. So maybe every second or third exercise, try that if high impact moves are new to you. Beautiful, grab a sip of water, keep moving the feet, please. Cheers. Head up, feet moving, yes? Okay. All right, let's get set up again. Center of our mat for the march. And then those of you that are joining me for the high impact, we're gonna start on the end of the mat. So you can stay here for the first or join me. Let's go to the end of the mat. Drive the knee. There you go. Go whatever length you want. Turn around, go back. Opposite arm drives up. This is a fun one to try if you're not used to impact. because you can really take it little tiny hops. Landing, soft knee. Beautiful. As I mentioned, you can go 40 seconds with me or do the full minute, up to you. We'll do a march in the center of the mat to recover if you're joining me. One more time. All right, march it or keep doing those higher impact power marches. All right, join me to the center. Side taps. There's your base move. Power move. Skaters. Landing one leg. Quarter squat. Trying to get as lateral as I can. So perhaps it's here. Right? Again, the two things we know about bone health is it requires impact or load. So here's the impact. When we do the strength training workouts, those are our load workouts. Less than 10 seconds here or keep going for the full minute, up to you. March it or keep going. All right, join me. Center of the mat, give me the kick, opposite arm. Beautiful. Now try to take it a little higher. So no impact on this one. What I'm asking you to do is pick that leg up, but keep the chest lifted. A lot harder at this beat, isn't it? Come on, reach it, let's go. Now we're sweating. Ten more seconds here, or you can keep going for the full minute. Your choice. March, or keep going. Join me, center of the mat. Feet wide, toes turned out, give me a squat. Squat, heel lift. Squat, heel lift, or join me on some impact. Squat, pogo, squat, pogo. This one's another fun one to try if impact isn't normally in your routine. I find it's not as scary as, say, a squat jump. Or stick with the heel lifts. Or mini-me's just up there squatting. Again, we're here for 40 seconds, or you can keep going for that minute, up to you. One more. March it or keep going. Woo, my mat's all crooked. Can't have that. Nope. I'm a little OCD. Welcome to my brain. All right, center of the mat. Step knee, step knee, power it up, up. You can also do the step knee with a heel lift. Super challenging for the balance. Ten more seconds, or maybe you're gonna go for the full minute on this one. 10 seconds here. This one's fun. I encourage you to try for the full minute. Or march it. Your workout, your choice. We're almost there. 3 more moves, then we'll cool it down. All right, join me back here, center of the mat. This leg, step forward, forward and back, forward and back. High impact, hop it. Forward and back, forward and back. super challenging. I get it. So maybe hop forward, step back, right? There's always ways, I gotta really think about it though, to tone it up, tone it down. 10 more seconds if you're joining me, or maybe try the full minute. I know most of you are probably like, nope, I'm tapping out in 5. I don't blame you, this one's tough. March it, but so good for the femoral neck. Come on, keep those knees up. Excellent. Chest lifted, smiles on. Join me here, please. This leg step forward, forward and back, forward and back, or this leg jump. See how I use my arms? With power moves and jump moves, arms are crucial. They help. You can also hold on to something. This is a lot of balance, isn't it? Yes. Woo. Can you hang in there for 10 more seconds with me? Come on, we'll march it. We got this. One more. March it. Whew. That's a burner. Just one more move to go. And I think for this last move, we can all try it for a full minute. Okay, join me here. March it wide. March it. Good. Now, go. Come on. Move those feet. That's right. Football shuffle. Woo. We got the arms. We got a slight hinge of the waist. Chest up. We're forgetting about the beat right here. We're just moving those feet. Testing the sports bra. Halfway, come on, full minute here. Let's go, come on. Yes, we can do a full minute. Yes, we can. Come on. You and me. I see you. Let's go. Ten more seconds. Oh, here comes Max to cheer us on. Thank you, Max. Thank you, little man. Whoa. March. Give me a high five. Oh my goodness, well done. Watch out, Mr. Magoo. Okay, let's grab some water, keep those feet moving. Cheers. Now we're gonna let the music turn off in a couple of seconds so that we can cool it down. Whew. And then we'll move on to our mat-based core work. Bye, Max. Thanks for joining us. All right. Music coming off. Whew. It's a good little sweat. Great workout to save on those days that it's really crappy out there and there's just no way you're going to go for your walk. This is definitely more intensity than an outdoor walk, isn't it? Yes. I wanted to deliver, and I wanted to specifically deliver and execute bone health movements which have to have impact. Lie down, bud. Lie down. Down. So if that is new to you, good boy. Then as I mentioned while we were working out, we add a little bit to it. So maybe it's every second or third exercise. And we do that for a couple of weeks. And then we add one more. Do that for a couple of weeks. Then we add another one. Before you know it, you're doing the high impact. Then when you're doing the full workout high impact from there, we build up to depth of movement. So maybe your high impact is this, and then we want to work to that. All right. Once you've got the height, once you've got the speed, once you've got the high impact, then we can load you up with dumbbells in your hand. There you go. That is progressive overload in a nutshell. All right, tap it. Now, once we get down on the mat, if you feel that your heart rate is still going like a hummingbird, maybe you have a heart rate monitor on and you see that it's still quite high, push pause, walk it around a little bit, Nothing too strenuous, right? We don't want to get the heart rate up. Just let it come down. We ideally want it to be 100 beats or close to or under before we lie down. And that a lot of that is to do with blood pressure. We want your blood pressure to stabilize. All right, little heel tap in front. Nice and easy. For those of you that are new to me, this is Max. At time of recording, he's almost 7 months old. But by the time we release this, I think he'll be 9 months old, Max. Yes, you will. Huh? And then I also have 2 other dogs and another shepherd named George. He's 6. And then Bella, who is going to be 13 end of November. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, arms come down. Let's do 2 more, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. All right, let's move on to that core part of the workout. All right, head down to your mat, please. We have, what do we got? 6 exercises. As I mentioned, my favorite ones to hit the deep core, 30 seconds of work, 1 round. Let's get into a side plank. Pick a side, elbow under shoulder, knees bent, hips stacked, lift up and hold. Now we can also take that top leg, straighten it, and hold it into a star position to work that outer hip muscle, that glute med. That is optional. We can also drop it down. We're here, as I mentioned, 30 seconds. Try to stay out of that bottom shoulder. Don't drop into it. Have some length between the shoulder and your ear. When the timer goes, other side. Easy peasy. No dance steps to follow here. Woo. All right, other side. Elbow under shoulder. Start with the knees bent, feet stacked. Push the hips forward when we lift up. Arm up. If you'd like, join me in the star. Moving on to our back for our next exercise. Ooh, you feel those hips? Yeah. It's great to keep these hip muscles strong. They help with both knee tracking as well as our low back. 1 more. Woo. All right, on your backs, please. Knees over hips, ankles with knees, arms extended, thumbs pointed to the wall behind you. Draw the belly button in, feel some tension in the abs as we slowly lower opposite limbs. Heel to ground, thumb to ground, back to start. Now, as you lower the legs down, we don't want that low back popping off your mat. We also don't want you pushing it in so it's smushed right into the ground. So you got a little bit of lift in that lumbar spine, and then you draw the belly button in, brace those abs to maintain that neutral spine as we move through the limbs here. Breathe it. So we're hitting your transverse muscle with this one. Time. Same muscle as you would train when you're doing a plank. All right, let's lift up into a bridge position, heels close to the bum. Lift the hips, keep the rib cage knitted, and then just drive a knee in and lower an other leg. So we're going to stay elevated in the bridge, working into the glutes and the low back here. You know the importance of having a strong core. It'll help us in our workouts in addition to our everyday life. Release. Now let's go back to that dead bug position. Now take the right hand and press it into the opposite knee. Left arm extends. Now I want you to push that opposite knee into the right hand as we slowly lower left arm, right leg. So it's a resisted dead bug. You're trying to drive that left knee in, that right hand saying, nope, not allowed to. Well, we just do the dead bug motion with the other arm and leg. You're going to feel your hip flexor and quad fire up on this guy. 30 seconds of work, and then the other side, and then we're done. Woo. All right, shake it out. Set up, back to dead bug. Now it's left hand pressing right thigh. Drive that right knee in towards you. Resist it. Other arm and leg lowers to the ground. Don't forget about that neutral spine. A lot to remember in this. So that's why we started with the regular dead bug, so you can muscle memory that. And now we add the resisted dead bug to layer on that. So actually it's another form of progressive overload here. Breathe it. Woo, release. Nicely done. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Oh, that feels good. Reach it, toes to fingers. Whew. Now let's take the left foot, step it away from the body, and then cross the right one on top. And then we're gonna walk our bodies towards the feet a bit to stretch out your side. If you have osteoporosis, you're safe doing this because you are supported on the floor. You are kind of trying to mimic the shape of a banana. I'm feeling a beautiful stretch down the right side of the body, possibly even into the side of that right hip. Release. Let's step that right foot to the outside of your mat now. Left one crosses over. Walk the body and the arms towards that side. Grab onto that left wrist with the right hand to try and pull it some more. Again, creating that banana shape. But we have both cheeks, and those are the ones in your bum, on the ground, and both shoulder blades on the ground. And then try to release any muscle tension you might be holding elsewhere in the body. I just noticed my glutes were tightening up. So once I made a mental note to release those guys, all of a sudden the stretch felt a little better, a little deeper. Lie onto one side, head rests in the bicep, top heel to the bum. If that's not available to you, maybe grab onto your pant leg, but we want to grab onto the foot if you're able to. Pull that knee back so it's lined up with the hip, and say, to those quads that just worked so hard. So I've said this in other workouts, this ain't your grandma's power walk workout. So this is powered up, finding an intensity that hopefully meets you where you're at, giving you lots of options. Let's do the other side. You can just roll over. I don't want to put my back to you. So even if you are a grandma, and if you are a great grandma, it still doesn't mean that you're fragile like a flower. We can still train you. We are redefining how we work out as we get older. That's my whole philosophy, and that's what we do over on Over 50 Fitness. Beautiful. Last stretch. Let's get into the hip flexors because they worked really hard on the knees for me. If that bothers the knees, maybe double up your mat or place a pillow under the knee. Step it forward, lunge forward, and then I want you to tuck the tailbone under it by squeezing that glute. That's going to give you more of a stretch here. And then the PJ special, take this arm, inhale, reach up, and a slight lean away from that hip. If you have something to hold on to with this hand, you may find that more comfortable and a better way to get into the stretch a bit deeper. Otherwise, focus your stare on something stationary to help with your balance. Now let's take this arm, slowly release it behind us, doing a half a circle, taking it slow, feeling that articulation through the shoulder joint. Oh, feels good. Let's do the other side. Tighten the glute. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean away. If you only have one time to stretch after a walk, I want you to muscle memory this one. This is a great stretch, hitting a ton of muscles that help you with your walk or your run, and that tend to be tight on many of us. All right, let's take that arm, nice and slow, circle it behind. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we'll see you next workout.